My name is Karen Webb, and I'm here today to ask you for your vote and your support. I'm a product of this district, and I choose for my children to be educated here also. I've been lucky enough to be part of this district in several ways. I've been a student, a teacher, a parent, and a trustee. In my short break from being on the school board, I have remained active in my children's school, PTA program, and I am a teacher for the Texas Virtual Academy. While I was on board, we continually struggled with the questions of family involvement. How do we get parents invested? I believe Janie Stark has found one of the many ways to make parents feel welcome and to be a solution, and that is to make them feel welcome in their schools and find their individual talents and use them. Every parent has something to offer, and when the school is friendly and inviting, parents are willing to participate. And I would love to share some of these insights and help shape a program for the entire district. I appreciate how much Mr. Good has done for our district, and he has been very involved in many programs and committees, and I hope he will continue to be active in the fight for education. However, I have fresh ideas and firsthand experience with being part of the front line. I teach. I currently have 250 students on my roll. I hear their needs and their wants. I hear the frustrations of my fellow teachers and on how we could be more effective at educating students while managing a personal relationship with each one. As a teacher, I understand the difficulty in maintaining an online presence for both the parent and the student, yet I, as a parent, desire the ability to know what my children are doing for over half of their day. I want to see their grades and assignments in real time online. And there's a balance. There is a balance, and there is a way to make students, teachers, and parents feel involved and responsible for their students' lives. We all have the same goal, and that is to educate students. I have a choice of where my children live and learn, and I choose CFBISD. I want to be part of the growth and achievement for all students.
There you go. Good evening. I'm James Good. I'm running for re-election to the Carrollton Farmers Branch ISD Board of Trustees. I have been a long-time resident of Farmers Branch. All four of my children are products of Carrollton Farmers Branch ISD, all graduates of R.L. Turner High School. I became involved in public education when my first child started kindergarten. I got involved in PTA. I have served as a PTA officer at the elementary, middle, and high school level. I have been involved as an officer also in other booster clubs and other organizations, and have stayed actively involved in some of those to this day. I became actively involved with the school district after the oldest child started high school, which allowed me to have more time to get involved in the school district and the operations, because it does take a large amount of time to devote to everything that goes on in public education. I've supplemented that also with other things that I have done through the Farmers Branch Chamber of Commerce, where I've chaired the Education Committee for 20 years, and we have started special programs there. I was instrumental in starting the Education Foundation, the High School Youth Leadership Program, and also bringing on board people in our community who were willing to donate funds to help fund the programs that we are trying to accomplish through the Chamber of Commerce. I've been an ardent supporter of education and realized that we have always got to continue to grow. And I've established a long-term relationship with teachers. I visit with students many times through many programs and get to know them and the issues and the challenges that they have to deal with. So I hope that I can continue to serve the students, the educators, and the citizens of our school district. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now we are going to start with our first question. It's going to be directed first to James and then to Karen. Why do you want to be a member of the school board?
I want to be a member because the one thing that I have always had a passion for is education, public education. I have not become actively involved in other organizations and entities because my focus is on the education of youth. And I have validated that through my experience and time and effort through the Chamber of Commerce, through the school district, and also other organizations, the Education Foundation, for example. I've been involved in the establishment of 2 education foundations for the purpose of helping kids succeed in school. And that is especially evident through the opportunity to provide scholarships for students that otherwise would fall through the crack and not be able to be successful. And I think that my drive in that is based upon my own personal background, where education was not a high priority, but it became a high priority with me once I understood and realized the true value. Thank you.
Okay. The reason I want to become a board member, again, is that I believe we should be preparing every student to be a productive and valued member of society. And to me, this can mean college or a trade. It doesn't matter how we help these people or these students find their path, but we need to help them find a path and achieve that. Now, as for me personally, I am a teacher, I'm a parent, I'm an advocate, and I'm a taxpayer. And all of those things are interwoven within the school board. I truly feel that with my knowledge and my experience, I can help. My desire as a teacher is to be of service. And I truly want to help these students and our community grow. So that is why I would like to be a school board member again.
All right, thank you both. Our next question, first to Karen. In your opinion, what is the function and purpose of the school board?
The purpose and the function of the school board is to, obviously, first and foremost, financial responsibilities and help to oversee how those funds are being allocated, what we can do, and it needs to be objective. You have different hats and different roles, and that is to objectively see where the money is being spent, how it is being spent. Now, I don't believe in micromanaging, but I do believe in having a say. I also feel it is the school board's responsibility to help shape and guide the morals, the rules, and the feeling of the overall district. I feel that we need to be a say more than just to be going to dinners and to be going to other events. We need to have a part and use each one of our backgrounds to help shape our district for the future.
I'll break it down into 4 categories. One, of course, as Ms. Webb said, is finance, which primarily we are responsible for setting the tax rate that you have the privilege and opportunity of paying, if you want to look at it that way. We're also responsible for hiring and firing the superintendent. We are responsible for establishing policies in the school district. And those policies are local policies that we define based upon the input from the state, federal, and local communities as to what they would like. And the other one is overall governance, where we provide the leadership, we pass that down to the administration to implement. We must ensure that we maintain a hands-off relationship when it comes to administration. That is not what we are elected to do. We are elected to provide the high-level governance. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now we have 4 different yes/no questions. First, to James. Are you currently active in your church?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, very.
Okay, next, do you support same-sex marriage?
Yes.
No.
All right. Our next one, do you support abortion as a general practice? First to James.
No.
No.
Okay, first to Karen. Do you now or have you ever had children in CFBISD?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Our next 2 questions are short answer questions, so you will have 30 seconds to answer. Which political party would you say you most aligned with? Feel free to elaborate as to why.
Me first.
Yes.
The Republican Party. I have been involved with that most of my life, and because of the conservative principles that they espouse.
Republican Party, the values, the morals, the financial areas, I just am more conservative.
Okay, thank you. Now our next question to Karen, 30 seconds. Which civic or political organizations do you belong to or attend regularly?
I am part of Christ United Methodist Church, and I volunteer regularly with them. I am part of PTA on the PTA school board, and I am also a member of FUSE, the special needs group for Carrollton Farmers Branch.
Would you repeat that question?
Sir, what civic or political organizations do you
specific.
belong to or attend regularly?
Okay. I'm involved in a number of organizations. Some are social, some are political. I can address the political parties, especially since main reason because my wife and I are both actively involved in Republican parties and also some of the local organizations. I've been involved and attended the Carrollton Conservative Republican Club. I've been attending their meetings almost since their inception. And I'm actively involved with other groups within my church where I teach.
Thank you very much. Our next question, first to James. What are your thoughts about Common Core, and would you be in favor of implementing it in CFBISD?
How much time do I have?
1 minute.
1 minute. Just so happens in the paper today, I was reading an article and I thought it was very interesting. I'm opposed to it, but I don't have to be opposed to it because we are not implementing it. But I'll just give you some information. National Teachers Unions have pulled its support for Common Core. Indiana recently became the first of the 45 states that originally signed on to the Common Core to officially drop it. Common Core, I can go on and on. The bottom line, we now have a mass exodus from Common Core because they're finding out that it has, one, it does have political ramifications, but its focus was originally on math and English. And if you just take two areas and try to accommodate two areas, you're not addressing the true needs of the students. And if you're just looking for high academic results on a standardized test, that's a tough way to go.
I am not a fan of Common Core. I oppose it. I worry, though, that we worry too much about the title Common Core and not how it can be implemented slower or in our district or in our state without using those terms. I like to think that we need to make sure that we're looking at the curriculum we deliver and making sure that it is up to date, it is current, is technologically enhanced, and that it is something the teachers can rely on, will be on there from day to day, and that covers all of our needs.
Okay, thank you. Next question, first to Karen. Other than financial concerns, what is the greatest challenge facing our district, and what would you do to address it?
I have two greatest concerns that I think are addressing our district, and the first one is technology. We need to catch up. We are an innovative leader in learning, and yet we're using technology as an accessory, and we need to be integrating it with our curriculum so it is part of everyday's lives. Tomorrow's jobs have not yet been created, but we are not even teaching the technology we have today. We must catch up so that our kids are prepared for their future. The second would be our special needs population and our how we do it. A few years ago when I taught at R.L. Turner, we were all trained in GT, gifted and talented, and that was amazing and remarkable, and everything we learned we could transfer to our other classes. We need the same type of education for our general education teachers that we had for GT now. Thank you.
My two primary areas, number one is parent involvement in our school district. We need more parents involved. Teachers almost beg for parents to become involved with their students. And we have found if parents become involved, we have always seen from all of the research, student achievement will go up. And we have experimented in some different ways, and many of those ways have failed. However, we have looked at one that seems to start working, and that is using the churches in our community to invite people there. They will come into a church building before they'll enter a school building. And so we've had success in bringing parents into a church building and then talking to them about their involvement. Also, we have started here in the school district, we have started ambassadors program to get people involved. There are many other areas, but I'm not going to belabor them, but just I'm going to stick with parent involvement. Thank you.